This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes, creators of the world's best repair manuals. Fix your car or truck the right way with our accurate and reliable information at your side. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete online manual at Haynes.com.
Warning: wait until the engine is completely cool before beginning this procedure. Disconnect the negative cable from the battery before beginning this procedure. The battery is located behind the front passenger side seat underneath the battery cover. For more detailed info on accessing the battery on this model, view the battery replacement video if needed. Disconnect the cable and secure it in a way in which it won't unintentionally reconnect. Remove the engine cover. Raise the front of the vehicle and support it securely on jack stands. Drain the cooling system. On this model, there is no radiator drain fitting to drain the coolant. The coolant is drained by disconnecting the radiator hose connected at the bottom of the radiator. Move a large container under the lower radiator hose to catch the coolant. Drain the coolant by loosening the hose clamp on the lower radiator hose. Separate the hose from the radiator, then allow the coolant to drain out into the pan. While the coolant is draining, check the condition of the radiator hoses, heater hoses, and clamps. Replace any damaged clamps or hoses. Reconnect the hose to the radiator and tighten the clamps securely. Safely lower the vehicle. Disconnect the mass airflow sensor from the air filter housing cover. Loosen the air inlet duct hose clamp on the filter housing cover side. Remove the screws securing the housing cover, then remove the cover. Remove the filter element. Remove the air intake duct between the air filter housing and the throttle body. If equipped, remove the single attaching bolt for the fuel pipe heat shield from below the throttle body. Disconnect the radiator hose from the thermostat housing assembly. Have some rags ready and be prepared for some coolant to spill out. Disconnect the inlet and outlet heater hoses from the thermostat housing assembly. Remove the 3 bolts attaching the thermostat housing assembly to the engine. Also remove the bolt for the radiator hose tube support bracket. Remove the thermostat housing from the engine. Also remove the old gasket seal. Before removing the thermostat from its housing, make note of the installed position on the housing to aid in installation for the new thermostat. Remove the thermostat from the housing. Clean the housing and engine mating surfaces. Use a gasket scraper and make sure the 2 surfaces are smooth before reinstallation. Install a new thermostat and seal to the housing. Position the thermostat with the jiggle pin at the 12 o'clock position. Install the thermostat housing assembly to the engine with a new gasket seal. Thread the bolts finger tight at first, then tighten the bolts to 89 inch-pounds. Also reinstall the radiator hose tube support bracket bolt and tighten the 1 bolt to 37 foot-pounds. Reconnect the inlet and outlet heater hoses to the thermostat housing assembly. Reconnect the radiator hose to the thermostat housing assembly and secure the hose clamp. Install the single attaching bolt for the fuel pipe heat shield below the throttle body, if equipped. Install the air intake duct back onto the throttle body. Install the filter element. Then install the filter housing cover and screws. Tighten the screws securely, but do not over-tighten them. Tighten the hose clamp on the housing cover. Connect the mass airflow sensor. Refill the cooling system with the specified type of coolant. With the radiator hose and clamp connected at the bottom of the radiator, and the heater temperature control in the maximum heat position, slowly add new coolant mixture to the radiator until it's visible in the filler neck. Install the cap. Connect the negative cable to the battery and tighten the nut securely. Replace the cover and tighten the cover fastener securely. Replace any trim covers removed to access the battery. Secure all the metal clips by pushing them into place. Replace the floor mat. Run the engine in a well-ventilated area until the thermostat opens, long enough for the cooling fan to cycle on and off twice. Turn the engine off and let it cool. Using caution, slowly open the radiator cap and add more coolant mixture if necessary to bring the level up into the filler neck. Also add coolant mixture to the coolant reservoir until it is a ½ inch above the cold fill mark. Keep a close watch on the coolant level and the various cooling system hoses during the first few miles of driving. Check for leaks and proper thermostat operation. Make sure the hose clamps are tight and add more coolant mixture as necessary. Replace the engine cover.